Today is day 75 of the podcast, and as we look at Israel, Israel celebrated their relationship with God through their feasts. And part of the celebration of these feasts was the rehearsing and the retelling year by year their common story. So Psalm 78, I want to read to you Psalm 78, verses 1 through 8. It says, "Listen, O my people, to my instruction. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not conceal them from their children, but tell to the generation to come the praises of the Lord and his strength and his wondrous works that he has done. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should teach them to their children, that the generation to come might know, even the children yet to be born, that they may arise and tell them to their children, that they should put their confidence in God and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments and not be like their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that did not prepare its heart and whose spirit was not faithful to God." I'm only reading just a part of Psalm 78, but this entire psalm is about rehearsing and retelling and passing on to the children not just the statutes, but the stories. Tell to the generation to come the praises, the places where you praise the Lord, the wondrous works that were done on your behalf. Fathers are commanded to pass this on, not neglecting one for the other. It's both statutes and stories. But look at Psalm 78:11. Verse 10. They did not keep the covenant of God and refused to walk in his law, and they forgot his deeds and his miracles that he had shown them. We so concentrate on the breaking of the law by Israel that they forgot to keep the statutes, but they also forgot to keep the stories. So they rebel and they lose faith in this process. They forgot the deeds. They forgot the miraculous events. And that's got to stir us a little bit on our own journey of remembering stories, remembering the places where God has brought a revelation of himself is critical in this hour in particular for a renewing and a reviving of our faith. So here is your question for today. Which God story in your life stirs up faith when you remember it? I want you to be considering that big assignment I gave you about the altars and the wells. And as you rehearse these things, some of you are still waiting for the promises to take place. Remember and allow it to stir up your faith.